Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Rundown After Dark edition. I'm your host, Chris Fagan. I'm sorry about all the technical difficulties and all the weirdness and stuff, but you got to get a peek behind the curtain, so that's cool. Today we're going to talk a little bit about cancel culture with friends. We're going to talk about the throwback, Jason versus Freddie, and what's trending out there on TikTok. Joining me today, she's very excited to talk about Freddie versus Jason probably, is Tyler. It's Tyler. I'm trying to think of a funny name to throw at you, but just Tyler. That's good. That's fine. Just Tyler. You okay with that? Nothing crazy. Oh, sorry. I'm up here messing with the camera. All right. I see. I'm upset because I had your lower third already. I had your name and next to tie or die and then tie or die underscore. I had it all set up. And now I don't have time to really fix it because I started the show, so late. So it's my bad. Oh, there you go. Tie or die underscore at Instagram or tie or die at Twitter. There you go. By the way, guys, just to get you guys caught up, Tyler has been tasked to definitely virtually punch me in the face if I start to monologue too long and stuff. So, if I don't make it, it's, if anything happens to me, Tyler did it. I'm just letting you guys know that right now. If I am under threat of bodily harm. All right. With all that stuff out, let me first do the little spiel real quick, guys. You all know we chop the show up into 3 parts. We talk about the trending topics, what's going on in entertainment. We talk about reviews, movies, and TV shows, stuff like that. And I think we said, Tyler said, you're going to only be with us on the first half mostly of the show. We're going to do maybe 3 or 4 topics, and then you're going to have to get out of here real quick. And then later on, we'll talk with you guys who are in the live chat if you guys are live. And I got to set that up real quick so before we get to that segment. But if you guys if you want to support the channel, do that by going to Super Chat. You can do that by Super Chat. Go follow us on all the socials at T3 Media Studios. You can even call us on our hotline, 281-406-1993. That's 281-406-1993. Leave a voicemail, question, all that good stuff. Become a member, and you can chat with us live. We will have we'll have a channel member with us live later on after Tyler dips out. So look out for that, and then support the podcast. What was that? Wait, was that me or you? That was me. Okay. All right. That's how we do it. We're back in the. We feel like it's 2021 right now, right? We're back in time in that era. Hopefully, knock on wood. I don't want to bring that back to us. All right, guys, let's get into the first topic of the day. I usually would throw it to my co-host, but I will be nice. I won't force you to do it. Right now, your picture is right next to a picture that says cancel culture. So you're like, thanks. It's already happened. That's what happens when you join the rundown. All right, guys. Let me. And you have the show notes up now, by the way. You have what now? The show notes up. Oh, okay. My Wi-Fi decided to start working. Oh, okay. Well, maybe the second topic. Maybe I'll throw it to you. I don't know. We'll see that. Oh man, I forgot to grab my glasses. So here we go. We're off to a great start. Topic number 1. Cancel culture. We've seen the upside. We've seen the fallout of the social media scarlet letter when aimed at people or companies who have been caught doing vile acts to their fellow humans. Cancel culture has been a great tool to raise awareness. There have been times when the wrong people have been doxxed or judged prematurely to later find out that they were not the ones who should have been targeted. A headline came in from CBR.com that stated this: Jennifer Aniston says she is over cancel culture. And I'm going to take this time to enlarge the font because I can't see a damn thing. So, guys, I promise you I can read. It's just that I cannot see. But Jennifer Aniston went on and said that she is over cancel culture. I'm about to pull up the website. But before that, what do you think about that? About her comments? Do you agree with her? Are you over cancel culture yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm, I feel like cancel culture could be a good thing, but also I've witnessed firsthand where cancel culture has been an awful, awful thing to people who don't deserve it.
Yeah.
I love, love, love when a bad person gets canceled, and I love to see it. I love to watch it all play out. If I know that that's a bad person, and I know that they deserve it, and I know that everything that's coming to them is rightful. But sometimes when you see people being canceled and you don't agree with why, or people are just taking it way too far to like their home life and stuff like that, it's really toxic and it can be really bad. I don't know. I guess I stand on both sides of the fence.
I'm gonna double check. I'm double checking the sound real quick and making sure that.
But sometimes when you see people being canceled,
I think your sound is coming in good.
Should only be allowed, if that's even possible, if there's definitive proof for why someone should be canceled.
Right.
If it's just somebody like somebody, or somebody can make something up about somebody and nobody can prove anything, I think it should be illegal.
You think it should be illegal? Like making a false. Yeah. Okay. I just fixed your sound. Your sound was coming in from just my microphone, but I just found it. I fixed it. But yeah, we heard. I think I could hear clearly what you were saying. But yeah, that's because that's the equivalent of like making a false. Well, I mean, I understand like the outrage when people come at people and when they're initially mad. But yeah, you're right. Well, when people, and the lower third is incorrect. I forgot to change the lower third. So it's funny. It says it's talking about Flynn Rider from Tangled right now. So let me see if I can get rid of that. But yeah, you're right. When cancel culture, there's been moments when cancel culture goes too far. They target the wrong people. They judge prematurely. The whole story. And somebody said something online that's very, very true. That the moment that the TikTok or the tweet or whatever the video that you're watching, where you're supposed to, be exposing whoever the camera's pointed at, the camera always starts like 10, sometimes 20 minutes or 5 minutes after most of the real major shit really happened. Like sometimes the camera didn't even catch what really went down at the beginning. Like that's why a lot of people nowadays are saying stuff like, okay, what's the whole story? Because the camera, where the camera began was not the whole, that's just when the guy just decided to start recording. So
true.
Yeah. So I agree with you on that for the most part. The coming in from CBR. The article again said, Friends star Jennifer Aniston bemoans cancel culture as she addresses her past interactions with disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein. Oh, bringing him up again. Friends alumnus Jennifer Aniston insists she's long graduated from the cancel culture concept, as she doesn't believe in lumping everyone into the Harvey Weinstein basket when they do wrong. I mean, but that's an extreme kind of a take. I mean, not everybody who even is being canceled can be compared to Harvey Weinstein. You remember what Harvey Weinstein was doing? But I mean, Jennifer Aniston recently was accused of throwing Jamie Foxx under the bus when people thought that he was saying something anti-Semitic. So I mean, that was just like a couple weeks ago. And then Jamie had to explain, like, no, that's not. It's just a saying in the black community about something. It was a saying about like Judas. It's a Jesus Judas saying, but people were saying that it sounded anti-Semitic, but it was about fake friends and fake allies.
Said that publicly, that he said something anti-Semitic.
He said on Twitter. On Instagram. He said they killed they killed that dude named Jesus. So what do you think people would do to you? I mean, us as unperfect, Jesus was considered a perfect being, and they still betrayed and murdered him. So what would they do to any other regular person, like your fake friends? And it's a common saying in the black community. I've heard it growing up a bunch of times. It's about fake friends, but after thinking about it, I can understand in the Jewish community where they would, because a lot of tensions are up now, especially today. Because I never heard anybody being upset about that saying back in the day. But now, with things that what things have been happening. But after he said it, Jennifer Aniston had to do a little. First, she liked the statement. Then she had to retract it. and had to make a statement for herself saying, you know, I support the Jewish community and things like that. And people felt like she was throwing him under the bus. But looking at it, no, she really wasn't throwing him under. But she didn't mention his name. She just said, I support the Jewish community. So, you know, it was a bunch of attempted canceling on both. It was a wild thing. It was just like a hot week for.
Well, I don't think anybody should ever be canceled over a belief or an opinion or a small statement like that can be taken out of context. That's so silly and petty.
Yeah. I mean,
if you're like an actually like racist person, or you've done something bad to people and have hurt people or something like that, then let's cancel you and let's cancel your business or whatever. If you are like a really horrible person, but
exactly
people over like differences of opinions, that's ridiculous.
Right. And like you said, and Jamie Foxx doesn't have a hit. Now, if Jamie Foxx if it would have been Kanye West who said it, I'd have been like, oh, hell, I wouldn't have cared he said the exact same statement. I'd have been like, for some reason, coming from you, Kanye, it feels anti-Semitic. But let us know what you guys think about all of that. Is this cancel culture, is it time for cancel culture? What Jennifer Aniston was really saying, another thing that she said was, there's no room, there doesn't seem to be room for redemption. Even when a person gets canceled, even if they're 100% guilty, is it like going into jail or to prison and you serve your time and you theoretically are supposed to have paid your debt to society? Is there a redemption process for cancel culture? My response to that is, we don't even treat former prisoners, good when they get out of prison. They technically paid their debt to society, but people still treat them like trash. They don't give them jobs and they don't give them housing. So.
Right. And then if someone was canceled and then uncanceled,
right,
and they try to get a job, your digital footprint is going to exist
regardless. Oh yeah. So I definitely went through all of Tyler's digital history before getting her on the show. I was like, what's this? Okay, I understand. Okay, I see that.
You asked me on?
Yeah, I did a thorough check. It wasn't cyber stalking. It was me doing my due diligence. I promise. But guys, let us know what you think about all that. Is there any redemption period for cancel culture? Can it go too far and all that stuff? Comment below and let me make sure I get these comments up before we get to the We Got Your Mail portion of the show. All right. You said you got the show notes up. Is it possible that you could be ready to, could you read the next topic, or you want me to read it?
My phone. All right. Topic 2. What is the dumbest thing one of your parents has gotten angry at you for? This question comes in from Reddit by Gaytheforcebewithyou. And if you want more content of us reacting to Reddit stories, please hit the like button and follow for more. After we get into this, we're going to go straight to the comments to talk about it. I, 52 years old, was having lunch with my mom, 78, and was telling her about a new restaurant in town and how they have the most amazing deviled eggs. She smugly says, well, they're not as good as mine. And like a fool, I said, actually, if I had to choose, I'd probably go with theirs. I honestly thought she was going to reach across the table and hit me. She was livid. Didn't speak to me for the rest of the meal.
Come on. It's not that bad, is it? Some moms need to be given a reality check. Now my mom was mean to Joy when she first had Joy's cooking. I'm used to my mom's spaghetti. Joy cooks spaghetti. My mom made some little comments. I had to put my mom in check. I'm like, hey, Mom, we don't do that. No, not here in this house. We don't do that. I got to live here. But yeah. I mean, but that's it was. I forgot what the comment was. Actually, I remember what the comment was. I just don't want to say it because I'm afraid Joy's watching.
Yeah, let's not bring up old wounds.
Right. But what do you think about this situation here?
Well, it's a petty thing to get mad over. However, it costs $0 to lie in that situation and make your mom happy. I would have preferred that somebody would lie to me and make me be happy for the rest of the day than hurt me with the truth when it's something so tiny like that. Are you
the kind of person that will put a person that you're seeing under fire like that? Does this dress make me look fat? Is she prettier than me? All that nonsense.
No, the other day when I was getting dressed for my birthday, I came out in one outfit and my friend was like, do not like that. It looks horrible. I said, okay, let me switch my pants. I came out in a different pair of pants thinking they look great. And she goes, it's better. And I was like, better than horrible? Like, what does that mean? And I got very mad at her.
And I was like, it's my birthday. I don't have anything else to wear. Why don't you just tell me I look pretty? And she's like, I'm sorry. They look good. I said, you didn't say good. You said better.
Yeah.
And better, not good. It's referring to horrible. So I get it.
well, I mean, technically your friend is trying to make you better. By the way, happy belated birthday, guys. By the way, Tyler Cossey just turned 21 yesterday. So.
Yes, I did. Give or take.
Yeah. Add another 10 years. Oh, did I do that? Oh, no, my God. Am I an asshole? Yes, I am. Look how she got her. She's about to quit the show. I'm out. She's like, well, that's all the time we have for Tyler. So.
Guys, I'm done.
Damn, I blew it. Let's read some of the comments real quick. Let's see what, honey _ 2951 said, my mother couldn't find her favorite leather glove. I was 60 and she's 90, but totally sharp, still driving, etc. She insisted I borrow them. I did not. Told her that my giant hands wouldn't fit her petite gloves. This accusation continued for about 2 years, and she would drag that up frequently. So what? You told your mother that she had tiny hands, and she got mad about that? What's wrong with that?
It's a compliment.
I thought that's a compliment. Yeah.
It's the other way around. If he was like, my little hands wouldn't fit in your giant gloves.
Yeah.
Insult.
I mean, it's the giant hands is a compliment for men, though.
Yeah.
Your big old hands. Yeah, baby, you like those massages, though, don't you? I know you ain't complaining. Yeah. Rose 856 said, at least she said she owes you an apology. So there you go. Maybe they got an apology later. Maybe. Some of these comments are really long. I mean, I'm not going to read all those. One person says, pardon, he was mad for you wearing a... Oh, somebody's just commenting on that. Nobody's talking about the actual topic. I told my stepdad that he was just mad because the Redskins lost, which was something I heard my mom say to him one time. He beat the shit out of me. What the fuck? That got dark. That's the name of the show. It's the Rundown After Dark, right? Jesus. Okay, moving on. All right, guys. Have you ever, with your parents, have you ever had the nerve to tell them the truth?
No. No, but I was thinking when you sent me the show notes about the silliest thing my parents have ever got mad at me for.
Yeah.
And when I was first went to college, my car got towed because I parked it at Subway and walked to class, and they towed my car, and I was too scared to tell my parents that they towed my car.
You did not let those pound bills rise up.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I thought I did something very responsible.
You were trying to be responsible and take it on yourself, right?
I pawned my TV.
Okay.
And then got the car out.
There you go.
I never got my TV out because I just didn't watch a lot of TV in college. So I was like, well, I don't really need it, and I don't need to make the money back and go get it. So I got my car. I don't need my TV. And my parents had to end up they came over and they were like, "Where's your TV?" And I was like, "Oh, I pawned it." I didn't even think I was gonna get in trouble. I was like, "I pawned it," and they were just like, "What?" And they got so furious.
Did you tell them why you had to pawn it though?
Yeah, I did, and they were like, "Dude, you should just ask us for the money." I was like, "I was trying to handle it myself. I thought I was being responsible." But they were like, "But we bought you a TV and you gave it away pretty much."
Oh my goodness, it's technically the same thing. I mean, they can still technically give you the money if they want.
I could buy the car on an impound, or I could buy my TV back.
Yeah.
I think it's a very silly thing for them to be mad over.
Wow, that's funny. I imagine they were like, "Man, I came over here to watch TV. What, you thought I wanted to hang out with you? What the fuck? Where's that TV at?" Jeez. Do better, Tyler. Do better. All right, guys, let us know in the comments, have you ever had a situation like that where your parents were still... Me, it was probably when my mom caught me in the house with the girl in my room. All she saw was just butt cheeks bouncing up and down in the air. Oh, yeah. She got and my spider sense...
That's a silly reason to be mad. It was supposed to be unreasonable reason. She has a very valid reason to be angry.
I was an adult at the time. Okay, I was not like I was 15. I was okay. Better story. The time that she caught a girl in the house, when I was 16. That traumatized me. so she had a legit beef for that one. Yeah. And then I was talking to my mother actually yesterday, and she told me that my grandmother. I was talking to my grandmother. She said, "Baby, I never liked your first wife because I've been married before. I didn't like your first wife." I was like, "Thanks for telling me now. You could have warned me when we first met." She said, "I never liked her from the day you introduced me to her. I didn't like her." I'm like, "Why didn't you say nothing?" Anyway. Right? Anywho, all right, guys, let us know a situation that's similar like that. If you have a situation where your parents are still holding that grudge from that bullshit you did. You know you did it. Stop looking at your watch. We got 15 minutes, Tyler.
I'm reading the show notes.
Let's see. Well,
I'm in the comments.
I'm reading the show notes and the comments. All right, let me go to topic number. I already did number 2. Topic number 3. Okay. I'll take this one off the jump. Let me see where I'm at. Where's my bearings? I lost where my topics are at. I'm gonna have to squint again, even though it's gonna be brutal, but I'm gonna try again. Topic number 3. What can? Let me make. Actually, let me get me on the screen.
Let me know you'll take over.
What is going on with? Why is the thing not working? It's not showing me. There we no. I got the wrong topics in. It's got the wrong. Oh no, that was it. That was correct. Okay. All right. I'm having technical difficulties over there. Oh, remind me to tell you a funny story about the phrase technical difficulties. It's hilarious.
Okay, I'll remind you. Do you want me to read it while you're doing that?
No, I'm sorry. No, I got it. I just had to find what was going on with there was a glitch that was happening here. Let's see, where's my notes at? Okay, here we go. What are we on? Topic number 3. What countries had to pay? Okay. What countries had to pay war reparations? Meant to replace war indemnities. Am I saying that right? Indemnities, which had been levied after earlier wars as a punitive measure, as well as to compensate for economic losses. After World War II, the Allies levied reparation principalities on Germany, Italy, Japan, and Finland. Later on, but fast forward to today, a member of the gay community, a YouTuber, TikToker, culture and political commentary, Clarkson Lawson, who has been featured on podcasts that discuss normal, sane gay people need to step up and reclaim the LGBT community from the radical left-wing alphabet people. I can't believe he actually said that, who have taken over. Recently decided to step in the black side of TikTok to give his views on reparations and get dragged in the process. All right, so let me go. I don't know if you've had a chance to see all of these things that happen. I told you what to search for in TikTok, and I'm gonna pull it up myself.
I watched a lot of them.
And I think the sound will work. So this is the guy. I don't know if you can see my screen. You probably can't. But you did you look this guy up, Clarkson Larson?
Yeah, I watched a lot of them.
Yeah.
I went on a rabbit hole.
Let me see if you should be able to hear it. I think, and I'm gonna play one real quick. This is what he said, and this is the feedback that he's pretty much getting. So I'm gonna show the audience if you guys.
It's always pay your debts until the topic of reparations comes up. Have we reached such a privileged point in our society that we have to look into history in order to find things to fix rather than fixing problems that are right in front of us? The reason nobody talks about the debts of reparations is because the people who owe the debts are not alive. Now, y'all don't want to say it, but I'll...
The second he did that, y'all don't want to say it thing, I knew exactly what people were going to say to him. I've had this, I knew a dude that was kind of, I knew a person who was like, I don't know if he was Republican or not, I don't care. But, and this doesn't speak to the whole community or anything like that. This guy was just an asshole. He believed that just because he was gay that he even had a pass to say the N-word. And I knew a guy that was like that. And then I don't know why. This is why I bring that up. I don't know why when I saw this guy's video, I get the vibe that this guy believes that too. I don't know why, but I get that.
Sure.
I get this vibe from this dude that he feels like he has a past. But anyway, let me finish this little bit.
He looks like he's trying to like blackfish anyways. How
Yeah.
tan he is.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw that video. I'm like, dude, you're cosplaying a black woman right now.
I thought he was like mixed or like light skinned at first.
Yeah.
And I realized what it was.
But guess what? I don't owe you anything. I never owned anyone. I don't owe you anything. And nobody will say it, but I don't. Nobody is responsible for the crimes of their ancestors. If that's the case, then every single one of us would owe every single one of us something, because throughout history, every single person, regardless of skin color, has been owned. So the thing that I thought of was why would he think that money, like the government would come to him and be like, excuse me, sir, we need your $100 contribution. That's not how it works. That's not even, the government would be who was paying for it. And people like this.
I mean, the people.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just saying earlier that people like this, who argue about the one side versus the other, if you can connect the dots and show the companies that existed back then or the companies that exist today that have ties and links from slavery and benefited from slavery and made their billions that they currently have today, then if you can acknowledge that there were companies that benefited from it, then you have to acknowledge that there are people who were generationally destroyed by it. Now, if that generational wealth could benefit one side, then that means there has to be an opposite. For somebody to win, somebody has to have lost. But it's like people get upset when they just don't want to have the conversation anymore. Even if you can directly connect the dots and go, this happened to my ancestor, this happened to this person, this happened to that person, and now this is why this affects me. They'll look at them and go, I don't care, get over it. That's what I feel like people are kind of doing nowadays.
And in his video, he says, I never owned anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't own a slave, so why do I owe anything? And it's like, it's just such a simple-minded way to look at things, which one, like you said, the government isn't going to come to me or you or him or anybody and be like, hey.
Oh, they're definitely not going to come to me.
Pay your fees, we can give it to a black person. It's not going to work like that. But even if they did, like, it's such like a small-minded way to think about the word reparations. Like, at this point, it's like anybody still believes that there was a video that went viral a few years ago. And I think it was probably a trolling video or a joke, but it was like a white woman, and she was going to a bunch of black people and saying like, here are my reparations for you. Here are my reparations for you.
Oh, I think I saw that. Yeah, I think
and she's talking to the camera, and she's like, everybody needs to pay their reparations. Find your black friends and your black people in your community and pay them because we owe them reparations. And I think it was a joke, but some people took it very seriously and like went crazy over it. And that was years ago, though, and people know now that whenever someone says reparations, they don't mean every person owes somebody money. Right. You know, that word means the government and righting wrongs, historical wrongs.
Right. Acknowledging that with the laws and what the government put in place that disenfranchised a certain group of people, that they're repairing that. I mean, part of the word is in there. Repair. I mean, I know it's not spelled correctly, but repair. It's in there. It's the acknowledgement. I mean, people were disenfranchised and crippled generationally. I mean, I know a black person today has more opportunities and more chances than they had 50 years ago and 100 years ago. I know that, but there are still families who are in slums and hoods and that you can tie. You can connect the dots to that poverty, to their current poverty, to slavery, and you can connect slave owners to current Fortune 500 companies. It's just a fact, but they don't ever want to hear. The term "get over it" is said too quickly nowadays. I don't want it. I didn't do it, so I didn't say you did it. I have never picked cotton. I don't even buy aspirin because I ain't picking that damn cotton. But she didn't want to. She didn't want to laugh.
The original tweet, though, said they always talk about pay your debts until it's time to talk about reparations.
Yeah, it was Nina Turner.
She was talking about even that's talking about the government, because no humans or like normal people are like, pay your debts, pay your debts.
Yeah.
No, the government is saying, or pay your debts or your taxes or whatever. That's the government. So the original tweet was like aimed towards the government.
Right.
Like, you want us to pay our debts, pay yours. But then he still went and took it as a personal attack on him and all white people in general.
That you know, and that's what interests me. That's what I'm always wondering about. It's like when a person goes, this guy is like, if a person if there was like a cop, for example, like being blatantly racist or something, they saying the N-word, all of it, just checking all the boxes, right? And then the next day, somebody's telling them somebody else that story that happens to be the same race. And like that cop was being racist towards me. And then it's like, no, he wasn't. I mean, maybe he was this. Maybe I'm like, dude, why are you getting so defensive? I'm not saying, like, you weren't even there. I'm not talking about you. Everybody's always talking about these bad apples. It's like, dude, this dude is probably a bad apple. Throw him away. Why do you got to defend him? Y'all are always saying bad apples spoil a whole bunch. I point out a bad apple, and he's like, no, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Just throw him away. It always baffles me why people won't just throw him away.
Oh, you misunderstood, or he didn't mean it like that, or.
What had happened was.
He doesn't know any better.
Yeah. That's not racist now.
You have to hold people accountable. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey. Some people, I guess some people just, I don't know. I don't have to see you wearing a hood and saying the N-word every 5 seconds. I mean, even if that, there'll still be people who will still defend that. I mean, he said the N-word 3 times, but if he'd have said it 4 times, I would have agreed with you. But he only said it 3 times. So, we all white people have a 3 N-word pass, right? Like, what?
Okay, we have 5 minutes, and we need to get to what I want to talk about.
Okay. Guys, let us know what you guys think about reparations. When are you going to pay me your reparations? Go into Super Chats and let me know. Send your reparations to the rundown.
Go into this podcast.
All right, moving on to the next. What is the next topic, the one that you're all excited about?
Are movies that are making 10 and 20 years.
Yes, Throwback Thursdays. Yeah, Throwback Thursdays. Turning 10 and movies that are turning 10 and 20 years old. What's the one that's turning? What do we have? What's turning 10? You have it right there?
Yeah. 10 years is Freddy versus Jason.
Nope. That's the one that's turning 20. But yeah, turning 20 years old today. I think because that came out in 2003, right?
Wait. Oh man, I feel old.
And then turning 10 years old.
Is Your Next.
Yeah, Your Next. Have you ever seen Your Next?
Yes.
What did you think? I have not seen it. What did you think about it?
It's a slasher. It's a home invasion slasher. It's really good. There's a good little twist in it. I know it's been 10 years, but I also don't want to spoil it because I think it's good enough that everybody should watch it.
Okay.
So if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's really good. But it's, home invasion slasher.
Mm-hmm.
It gives, have you ever seen The Strangers?
Yes, I've seen those.
It's like a fast, upbeat version of The Strangers. Because The Strangers kind of like slow and like really ominous and tortures you till the end. Well, it's like that, some masked people break into a house, you have no idea who or why. But there's a little bit, it's faster, there's more violence, more death, and some good twists.
Everything that's right there up your alley. More violence, more death.
Yes.
If you guys don't realize, that's because Tyler is one of our horror movie experts. So that's her. Even though she doesn't remember when Freddy vs. Jason came out. I can't believe you dropped the ball on that one.
10 and 20 years feel exactly the same to me because Freddy vs. Jason feels like the same as Your Next.
What's your favorite moment from Freddy vs. Jason?
Oh man, it's been 20 years.
My favorite moment was when he dropped that like water tank thing on. He pulled for Jason into the dream. He dropped the water tank on him, and he still wouldn't, die. And Freddy just looked at him with the claw out to the camera. Why won't you die? And going back to our first topic about cancel culture, I am 100% sure that eventually people will try to cancel Kelly Rowland for what she said in that movie. I don't know.
Remind me.
You want me to remind you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was when Freddy was about to kill her friend. Kelly tried to distract him by, pretty much punking him, calling him out. Like, Freddie, what kind of guy with you got these little tiny little butter knives, and Jason's got this big old thing. Like, are you trying to compensate for something? And then she looked at him, and he was like smirking and going, "Oh, okay, all right." And then he said his "how sweet dark meat" line, but then in the middle of her speech, she said, "What kind of F word in a Christmas sweater, has dresses like that, or she used the F word." So
20 years ago, the F word was
right. Eminem was saying it on every song.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I just have a funny feeling that people are going to try to cancel her because of what the writer and the director made her say. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. All right. 1 minute before cutoff time, it is 8:44. So we are going to say good night to Tyler. Tyler, if they want to find you online, where can they do so?
At Tie or Die _ on Instagram, and just at Tie or Die on Twitter. Even though I don't really use Twitter, so follow me on Instagram.
There you go. See, there you go. I think I have it up here. Here we go. I got the lower third. There we go. It's okay. No, it's not on screen. Anyway, I'll put it up later and make sure people follow you.
Tie or Die, guys.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
I will see you tomorrow in person.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right, bye. Thanks again. All right, guys. Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties. I mean, we had to throw the show together at the last minute. I was like, "Hey, Tyler, can you help me out and join me on Zoom?" Because everybody canceled on me. Everyone. Let's see what I got here. I think my camera is still working. But now that I have Zoom up. The good thing about having Zoom up, I can now go quickly to later on with the chats. I can talk to our channel members. So I've been monitoring the chat. Let me make sure I didn't lose anything. We had, let's see. Let me get it up. You guys how to remember that I said that I'm the type of guy that whenever one thing goes wrong, I take it so personal. I get upset. I start sweating. I just start shutting down. I try to overcome it. I try not to let it bother me. Even the little thing like me forgetting my glasses and me squinting and trying to, stutter my way through that dialogue. I mean, then I just get more upset, And today, and it wasn't like everybody's fault. Like, and as Jesus Gonzalez said, I totally dislike cancel culture. Need to grow up. Yeah, agreed, man. It was legit situations. Like some people had car issues. One person was, hurt, and I'm like, dude, yeah, I understand. And if you can tell me sooner rather than later, that'd be great. But either way it goes, I understand. I mean, these guys have my back. They help out with the channel. And these guys do a good job. I mean, at the very last second, I was like, "Hey, Tyler, you have a chance to get on Zoom real quick? I really would appreciate it." And she did it. And she had an appointment to hurry up and get. So that's why she had to leave at 8:45. I mean, we all know during the weekdays that what closes at 9:00. And somebody has to get their Jack and Coke. Anyway, did I say that aloud? Call her out. She's gonna kick my ass tomorrow. And we have an announcement tomorrow as well, so look out for that. So I'm gonna kind of get the chats out the way real quick, because if a channel member wants to join me live and talk about any of the topics, yeah, we can do that. Let me go back to the top. I dislike cancel culture. Hello, friends in the chat. Michael Williams, what's going on, brother? How you doing? I was trying to say brother and buddy at the same time, so I messed that up. Let's see. What else do we got here? Haiti 2017. I personally believe that she targeted Mr. Fox. He was either quoted or retweeted by her. This was no coincidence, my friend. Yeah, I found it very funny that she's talking about cancel culture all of a sudden now when she didn't really throw him under the bus. On her response, she only mentioned that she supports the Jewish community. She didn't say, I believe Jamie Foxx said something against the Jewish community. But when you liked the tweet and then you make that statement, you're implying that you believe that Jamie Foxx said something anti-Semitic because everybody in the cancel culture space in that community that's upset about it and believed that's what he was doing was saying that that's what he was doing. So you're agreeing with that. Like I said, you can't really, I mean, if I was a juror and I was trying to prosecute her and stuff like that, I would technically have to say not guilty because she technically did not say Jamie Foxx did this and my former friend Jamie Foxx did that. But I feel like she was just trying to only cover her ass because she was afraid. And now that she's trying to claim that cancel, why didn't you say that about cancel culture when Jamie Foxx was going through that week and whatnot, and when he had to explain what that and then a lot of people were trying to take it as an opportunity to pin the Jewish community and the black community against each other. The second the black community was trying to explain, like, no, that's a saying that we've all grown up saying in regards to fake friends. It does not have anything to do with Jesus being Jewish or Judas being Jewish or anybody being Jewish. It's about people who betray you or who claim to be your friends and then betray you. I mean, that was in the story. Judas betrayed Jesus. That's what happened. The saying is about betrayal and fake friends. Like, no, it's not. But like I said, at the same time, I can understand because people's tempers are up, man, because, like the way the state of the world is at right now and how what people are doing to each other and what people are saying. It's the pressure cooker is a little bit up. So I don't blame people for thinking that. But at the same time, if a person who didn't know or didn't understand or wanted to ask me, do you think that statement is anti-Semitic? I would say, no, it's not. I don't believe it is, and I feel in my heart I know that it's not. If I was to use the same phrase, it would not be. I wouldn't even have that in my head. But I will acknowledge, based on where because 10 years ago, those two communities wasn't accusing each other of that. As far as I know, I don't remember hearing that or in my community. But today, I can understand why they would feel that way. And why Jamie Foxx would have to, apologize for it because he didn't mean it that way at all, and he doesn't have a history of it. And like I said, if Kanye would have said it, even if I knew that statement wasn't about that, coming from Kanye, it was about hell yeah, cancel that, yeah. Anyway, let me get some of those topics out of the way. I think that was topic number 4 that she helped me out with. When we did Throwback Thursday. And I think we still had one more thing. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about this. Did you guys see the trailer to The Outlaw Johnny Black? With is it Jamal White? Black Dynamite. I mean, his name, he ain't Michael no more. He's Black Dynamite. From the makers of Black Dynamite. You got another... it's a blaxploitation and a mockery. It's a mockery of a blaxploitation, which should be an oxymoron, which is what Black Dynamite was. It's another one because I thought this was Black Dynamite 2, but no, this is a totally different movie called The Outlaw Johnny Black. But it might as well be Black Dynamite just back in time. I would be shocked if the movie didn't start off with Black Dynamite telling a story about his great whatever grandfather or something like that, Johnny Black, because his damn name is Black Dynamite. Black Dynamite, Johnny Black. It's the same. It's at least got to be an ancestor. I would be shocked. But this trailer came out. I saw this. It was hilarious. The cast looks like they're having a good time. It looks funny as hell. I'm gonna go check it out. So I think it's gonna be streaming. I think it said it's going to streaming on. I forgot which platform it was gonna be on, but when it comes out, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Let's see what we got there. I got the lower third. I got the chat going up on the lower third. I need to put it on real time so you can see what people are saying as they are saying it. And there we go. So the chat is up there. Go check out that trailer if you haven't seen it already. It is hilarious, man. I can't. That's my theory. I think that's Black Dynamite's great grandfather. Yeah, but it looks funny. The official trailer's out right now. The Outlaw Johnny Black, starring Black Dynamite. All right, let me hurry up and move on real quick before I peace out here. I get these. No, that's not what I was gonna do. Yeah, that was the last topic. I was gonna talk about the Netflix documentary called Ladies First. I watched it. It was good. Me and Tabatha were gonna talk about it, but maybe I'll wait. I'll save that for another day, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it'll be too late. We'll figure it out some other time. But let's go to live. Let's talk about let's talk about what you guys want to talk about, and we can go back. Let me go through these comments first, and then if you're ready, he says I will try to get on Zoom. All right, yeah, Peter. If you can get on Zoom if you want, just let me know, and I'll look for the alert if it pops up. If the alert pops up, I'll bring you in. But let's go through the rest of these chats real quick and see what you guys have to say. And I appreciate you guys for talking with me in the live chat. I know that like I said, I know I screwed the pooch on this one today, so I apologize for that. I humble myself before you and beg your forgiveness. Kevin Davis, Warner Brothers Discovery delayed Dune Part 2 until next year. Not shocked or surprised. Dude, yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I haven't even seen Dune 1. I haven't even seen Part 1. And I know most of y'all are like, I'm unsubscribed. I am gonna watch it. It looks good. I just did not get around to it. And I just didn't. And I'm going to. I am going to watch it. And so I got more time now. Dune 2. Because Dune 2, that trailer looked good. And I didn't watch the original Dune. I wasn't into that. But seeing all that from the trailer, I need to watch it. And I need to watch it soon, too, because Sarah Catherine Red, another YouTuber that has collabed with me on this channel, is a huge Dune fan. So I got to get on that. I was thinking about doing it first time watching. But, yeah, I saw that happening. Look, I think Aquaman Fallen Kingdom is going to get pushed. I think that's definitely going to happen. I think Aquaman is going to be pushed. Let's see. Peter Lang was saying hello there, with your Obi-Wan Kenobi impersonation right there. Hello, Peter. Peter Lang continues on. Peter Lang celebrates 2 months of membership. Man, I wish Tabatha was here to say everything I want to say about this guy's ridiculous views. You can draw a direct line. Tabitha couldn't make it today, but hopefully maybe she'll be in next week. I'll tell her you said hey. Just Google redlining and see how affordable housing is affected to this day. Oh yeah, I'm a real estate broker. I still to this day get those comments. I know what some people mean when they say I want to live in a safe neighborhood. I mean, people always do those statistics, and they're the ones that get the most arrests. Yeah, but the black community is also the ones that get the most convictions overturned, which implies that those arrests were mostly false or trumped up charges. If a group of people have the most overturned convictions, that means that those charges should never have happened. That's why they were mostly overturned. There was no evidence, and those charges should not have. Black community has the most crime. Yeah, but they also have the most overturned convictions. What does that tell you? Because a cop said it before. You can go on. There was a cop that went on YouTube a while back, a former police officer. He said, "Oh yeah, we are told not to." You don't see people. You don't mostly see cops in suburbs just strolling around, just looking for crime and stuff. Even though spouses get beat, people break laws all the time. They're told not to. They from day one they were told not to police those areas. Only police these areas. It's not because after a while you get treated like that, then yeah, you're going to act out. They're all animals because you've been treating them like animals for the past 100 years. You think they like that? You give their schools the worst books. You redline. Telling you ain't shit. You ain't nothing. My family is prestige, and we have the greatest educational system. Yeah, your great grandfather was a slave owner. I don't give a. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and it's like that. And then when a brother does make it, then what do they say? LeBron, shut the fuck up and dribble. I mean, oh man, but I'm a billionaire now. I made it on your level. I don't give a damn. Shut the fuck up and dribble. Shut the fuck up. Oh, it's funny sometimes, but hey, that's just it. It is what it is. But yeah, I know a lot about redlining. It is what I still get to. Yeah, I get it all the time. I used to, because I have my professional voice, and I when I'm code switching on my phone, I get a phone call from somebody, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I want to make sure I'm living in a nice neighborhood." One dude actually straight up did not know I was black. Was like, "I don't want a bunch of black people around me." I purposely did not let him. I purposely didn't say shit. I purposely didn't say nothing. And when we set up an appointment, the look on his face was hilarious. Of course, I didn't work with him after that. But he was like, "Fuck, I can't." Now you remember what he said? And the next day they mysteriously had to find a new realtor. I sold the house anyway. I don't give a fuck. Let's see. Peter Lang says, okay, I saw the Google redlining. Yeah, appreciate that. I have zero connection to either movie. I never saw Your Next, but my connection to Freddy vs. Jason. Did you know that Freddy vs. Jason was supposed to have a sequel with Ash from Evil Dead? They were in talks with that, or at least that's the rumor, that part 2 was going to be Freddy vs. Jason versus Ash. I know a lot of people were talking about Freddy vs. Jason versus Chucky, or Freddy vs. Jason versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But Freddy vs. Jason versus Ash would have made way more sense. It would have made a whole bunch of sense if they did that. But they didn't. And I'm disappointed with that. Maybe with one of the rebooted Ash variants of Ash. Peter Lang, I do want to say that the whole idea that we're way too PC now is bull. Google the Comedy Central roast of Bob Saget. It's full of jokes about violating the Olsen twins on the set of Full House. I remember when dude, Bob Saget was always a savage, man. Always. And when he got that America's Funniest Home Videos money and that persona, when they made him do those corny ass jokes for ABC, that wasn't who he really was. So when people went to go, oh, hey, Bob Saget's going to be in town. Let's go watch Bob Saget. And here come the dick jokes and the Olsen twins. I'm going to do both of them. People were like, oh my God, I brought my children here. What the fuck, Bob? I'm like, well, bitch, you should have read the manuscript. Bob Saget, it got to a point where Jamie Kennedy even had to make a video about it. You about to witness the power of Bob Saget. Bob motherfucking, he was a savage. Bob Savage was his name, if you ask me. People learn real quick, especially thanks to the internet. That he was able to shit. I don't know if you ever watched Entourage, but Bob Saget was hilarious in that. He played a slightly more like the way Nick Cage played a more enhanced version of himself, like the stereotype of Bob Saget. He played the man. It was great. I want to say his real life wife was there too. Maybe that was his girlfriend or at the time. I don't know. Sean from Talking to the Medias, it says, woohoo, gunfight. I mean, if you want to play later now, let's play some gunfight. I'll be on in a minute. Let me know right after the show. Better yet, we are out of time. I'm gotta go play Call of Duty. No. The Boondocks had slavery themed amusement parks. The Boondocks cartoon. I think I remember that episode. Most of what I remember from the Boondocks is Uncle Ruckus, obviously, and episode 1. When Grandpa hired Uncle Ruckus to cut his yard, he was cutting grass, and he didn't cut his grass that day. He just went to the white neighbors and cut theirs. He's like, oh yeah, I'm happy to cut the white man's grass for half the money. Yeah. He's like, but damn it, Ruckus, I paid you money to go cut my grass. He's like, that. I love this line. I can't believe I'm about to say it. I'll say it. I'm gonna say it. He said, it just goes to show you, Robert, no matter how much money you make, you still a nigga. Oh my God, that shit was funny as fuck. But I mean, hey, I will try to get Zoom. See, I'm here, still here. Peter Lang, $2. I have a lot to say about cancel culture. Yeah, I mean, I'm right here. I'm waiting for you. If you, I got a few more minutes left. If you want to hop on, I'm here. Let me know when to join. It says, let me know when to join. By the way, yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm sorry. I thought I said it. I said you could have been joined. You could have been joined. I was looking for the. I was waiting for the notification. Unless I hope I didn't miss it. Hold on. Let me double check. And we got to be brief too because I have to hurry up and get out of here because I know we already hit the 1 hour mark. But let me make sure that I didn't miss the notification. I don't see the notification. Pretty much. Hold on. Let me mute auto stop video. Stop my video. Yeah. I'm here, Peter. I'll give it a few more minutes, but going back to topic number 1, I think, or was it topic number 3? When about reparations and stuff like that, and I'm like, that ain't ever gonna happen. I mean, I don't even know why y'all even talking about it. I don't even know why. What was her name? The person that he was responding to, or he used his Twitter account, Nina Turner. So I don't even know why. I mean, I know why she was bringing it up, but the first thing that most people said was, let me see if I can pull this up real quick.
It's always pay your debts until.
Let me see if I got it here. Let me go full screen. Let me play this real fast before we go to you, Peter. Hold on. Let me see if this is one of them. I think. That's not the one I want.
Always pay your debts until the topic of reparations comes up.
You know, it will never cease to amaze me how a white man will get on the internet and tell black people what they don't deserve, all while cosplaying the stereotype of a black woman. See, Clarkson, your entire personality you owe to a black woman. The neck popping, the finger pointing, all of it, boo, you stole from a black woman. So while you and the racist ass maggots in your comment section that agree with you seem to believe that you don't know anything because
I got you,
people
Peter.
that committed slavery are dead.
I'm just playing this video real quick.
You start with giving us back our personality. We'll take everything else later.
And that was directed. Right at him, because the second I saw his video and way he was doing all his magic, I was like, dude, right there, you acting like what you have in your imagination, because you can't tell me he was raised like that to roll his neck and talk. Like, you can't tell me that's how his mama told him to act, or his daddy told him to act. You can't convince me. That whole thing was lifted. Talking about he don't owe nothing to a black person like that.
100%.
That whole act that he was doing. This is how Shaniqua talks, so I'm gonna do it too. That's what he was thinking. But what's going on, Peter? How you doing?
Every black woman ever. I don't know how you gonna act like that's correct. Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what they said. He appropriated all of that.
Mm-hmm. But you said you had some things to talk about. You said that we were talking about what was it? The topic.
My whole thing about cancel culture is this.
Are we talking about the thing that Jennifer Aniston was saying? That topic?
I was talking about just the whole, because everything that has to cancel culture generally, mm-hmm. right? Here's what comes up.
Right.
Here's what comes. The thing about cancel culture is this. Everyone is like, oh, these days, everyone is so sensitive. Everyone's ears are so brittle. Everyone hears something and they get all offended and whatnot. And I'm like, no, here's what happened. What happened was, in the 70s, back in the day, people heard things and they didn't have the power to say anything about it. And no one really cared. Have you seen this movie, Boss Nigger?
No, I haven't.
From the people from one of the people who made Blazing Saddles, one of the people who helped Mel Brooks made Blazing Saddles, he made the Boss Nigger trilogy about a black dude named Boss Nigger who was in the West killing white folks and freeing slaves and whatnot. Now, they released the movie in theaters in the 90s, and they had to call it Boss, just Boss. And a bunch of white people on a YouTube podcast were complaining. They're like, see, this is how people have gotten all sensitive and PC and whatnot. In the 70s, you could have called it Boss Nigga in the theater and whatnot. But now everyone's so British. I'm like, here's what happened. In the 70s, you could call it Boss Nigga and put in the theaters because no one gave a damn about niggas in the 70s.
Right. Yeah, their voice, just like you said, even though they raised their voices about it, the pushback wasn't enough to even motivate them. I mean, if like you said, if Twitter existed and social media existed since in the 50s, yeah, they would have been canceled, but it didn't.
So here's the thing. Every time we're talking about, oh, we're canceling people and whatnot, it's just like, no, people are just going, hey, you need to respect us. Now, people go too far with that sometimes, clearly, like the comment you were just talking about. Clearly, that wasn't anti-Semitic. That's
with Jamie Foxx, yeah.
That's just a statement people make. It is not supposed to be anti-Semitic. Remember that Michael Jackson song? They don't really care about us. They're like, oh.
I remember that line. They were like, "Do me, Jew." Yeah. He said, "Jew me" in there. Yeah.
They was like, that was supposed to be really anti-Semitic, and I'm like, the first line of the song is decrying skinheads.
Yeah. He was saying, he was relaying all the things that the racist people say to the Jewish community and to the black people and all. I was like, you can say, like, he was basically saying, you can call me the N-word, you can call me a Jew, you can call me all those slurs, but you will never like stop me. You'll never, that was the lyric.
Now there was two camps of people right there. There was a camp of people that went, this was supposed to be anti-Semitic, he shouldn't say, and I don't agree with that. It wasn't. And then there was a camp of people that went, I know what you meant, but we don't want you using that word, right?
You mean you still talking about the Michael Jackson song?
Yeah. And I feel like that second one is a respect issue, just like the way there are certain groups of people that just running around. Oh, we say the N-word whenever we feel like.
Yeah.
You just.
I hate when people do that. That's a totally different fight. Like when people go.
That's a different thing. I get that one.
Yeah. That's what people got mad about with the All Lives Matter thing. It's like, okay, it's a technical fact, yes, but your intent behind it is really just to push down on the Black Lives Matter thing and say.
Every time someone says all lives matter, I say, look, yes, I agree with you. All lives matter. But since the police are shooting black people like they're playing Grand Theft Auto right now, can we focus on that for a minute?
But then they bring up the statistics that white people are getting shot more than the police. Yeah, I mean that's bound to happen when their population is like what 85% or whatever, and then the population for every other race is like what 13%. Of course, by the numbers, it's gonna. But it's like saying if there were only 10 white people that exist on the planet, and there were only 3 black people that lived on the planet, and every few days you're shooting one of those black people, and every few days you're shooting one of those. Like it's the black people are almost extinct, right there in that scenario. That's pretty much what people are trying to say. Like it's happening to both sides, but it's
because the thing is. What people like to do is people like to protect. Here's the thing about American history that we're not teaching. You know the racist Bull Connor, dogs and fire hoses, racist part of American history. People act like that was like generations ago. Like that was way back in
like
ancient
like
history.
or like acting like that would happen like hundreds of years ago. Yeah, it was like
Hundreds.
like 50 something
My
years ago.
father, my father was alive. I can go talk to people right now.
Right.
I can have conversations with people that remember Martin Luther King and Bull Connor and did a bunch of my family's from Alabama.
Yeah.
They remember. So we were having Thanksgiving dinner. My dad was talking about elementary school. He was like, "Oh yeah, now we went to this school, we went to that school. It was great." And then integration came, and I'm sitting there in mid-turkey. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
because you know what I didn't remember? I didn't remember that my father was just old enough to have gone to school before Brown versus Board kicked in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. I agree with you on that one. We are still in a situation where we can have conversations with people who live through it, and that should tell us something. It's not.
So you know what
go ahead.
You know what the incredibly scary thing about that is? Like I was terrified when I thought of this. I am the first generation in my family, the first one to have no connection to the civil rights movement, Jim Crow, racism,
to segregated schools and stuff like that. Yeah.
The first one. I am the first person in my family who has gone 40 years without being called a nigga by anyone. First one.
Damn.
Everyone else in my family has some sort of connection to that.
Yeah.
Like I watch Eyes on the Prize and I go, oh my goodness, this is a thing from years and years ago. I can't believe how they watch Eyes on the Prize and go, yeah, I was there. I remember that. That's my school right there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree 100%.
It is not that long. So when people start talking about the police, the problem when we start talking about the police shooting unarmed black people is we are not considering that the racism from that era, or from the era before that, the racism that goes directly from when there was slave patrollers catching us to when it was Klansmen doing it to when there was the police people back in the racist states where the Klan was basically running the state. To right just now, that's a direct through line.
Right. Yeah. Because right now we have a out of sight, out of mind mentality. If I can't see it, it's not happening. And not only is it not happening, I'm gonna argue that it never happened. Like that's the way people are. The whole fake news narrative is really kind of gotten out of hand. It was bad enough that there were some schools that had, were given the worst books, the most outdated books on top. And now they like, fuck it, let's just get rid of the books, period. Let's just ban them all.
Look,
it's getting crazy.
Look, I'm not even worried about the worst books thing. History is my major. Here's what had to happen at some point. At some point, a bunch of black people had to sneak away from the plantation, go way off into the woods, and establish a school. And they had to hide there and teach people to read, write, do mathematics.
And they had to hide the fact that they even knew how to read. Yeah.
And they had to hope to God that no one got caught
learning how to read,
teaching people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was black school for a while.
Yeah, 100%.
Hush harbors that were called.
Oh yeah, I was shocked. It was this year when I learned the history of the food, the hush puppies. I didn't know. Have you ever what the hush puppy was? The story behind those?
Nope.
Yeah, I think it was a documentary. I was like, hush puppies, the food that I think is mostly in seafoods now, right? But that was during slavery time. Those was the rolled up pieces of bread that they would people who would run away from to try to run to freedom, leaving their plantation. They knew eventually that the hounds would be released on them, like Mr. Burns and shit like that. Yeah. So as they were running away, they would go into their pockets with that food and throw them out to the ground, hoping that the dogs would lose their scent and be distracted by the food that was on the ground. That's where the name Hush Puppy, came from, because it was to get, keep those dogs distracted and quiet and away from them, and hopefully they can make their escape. And I was like, damn,
wow,
that's crazy.
Here's the thing, and I didn't know about it. I was in high school, going into not high school, my first year in college, when I heard about the Tulsa, Oklahoma thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this. So there was literally in American history, a moment when an entire community was bombed and taken over. Literally a little mini civil war. Right? 2 days. Aerial bombing.
Just to get rid of what they had. Huh?
But you know what the thing about that is? They had postcards. They had postcards of the destruction that they used to sell to people. Getting rid of the niggas. Literally on the postcard. There's a little picture of the destruction. Like the, and this is...
to me, that's the ultimate cancel culture right there.
My whole point about that is when it's just people now demanding that you have respect, that you think about what you say, because when you say something now, this is the reason that the thing that we call cancel culture exists in the first place, because Dave Chappelle just sits there and goes, I should be able to say whatever I want to say and not think about it. I'm like, yeah, but here's the thing. You remember Eddie Murphy when he did his Raw.
Eddie Murphy Raw, yeah.
Yeah. That was
saying, he was saying the F word all day, all night on that one.
Right. But you remember when he made the joke about homosexual people, right? Would kiss somebody and pass AIDS on to that person.
Because that was what people thought back then. That's what people were taught.
Right. Here's the thing. That is a joke, and it is a funny joke. But the thing is, people did believe that.
Yeah.
And that is how you plant an idea in someone's mind, and you start a panic. But the thing about Eddie Murphy Raw was you didn't get that idea in your head unless you went to the concert or saw the concert on TV or something like that. It was just that performance, right?
You saying you believe that's where the that urban legend was originated from?
No, it wasn't. It didn't originate from there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. About that, I wouldn't think so. I mean, that performance helped spread it a lot faster. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the influence of the idea got out, but it didn't get far out because it's just a couple of performances, a couple of people. It's not the way things work today.
With social media?
Yes, with social media especially, is if Dave Chappelle says something about transgender people or about AIDS or something like that, it goes out. You didn't have to be at the concert. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, and it's there 24 hours a day. People watch it over and over and over again, and it influences people.
Yeah.
And that's very dangerous. When you have ideas, you have to go. Now that it's 2023, you have to go. I have to be very careful with what it is I'm saying, because if it goes out there, a lot more people are absorbing it than before, and not all of those people are. This is how a pizza place got shot up.
Yeah.
Because
they believed in that conspiracy theory, and
he believed 100% that Hillary Clinton was running a pedophile ring out of that pizza place, and he had to go in there and try and stop it.
Stop it. And that's the difference between back in the day when with movie reviews and stuff, you'd have to go read it in a magazine or in a newspaper. Nowadays, when you say something like shocking, or you can instantly, not only does the message get out instantly into everybody's handheld devices, but the responses are instantaneous.
Right.
It's
So I'm not saying people should be censored. I'm not saying people should be canceled. All I'm saying is you have a responsibility
to understand the world that we're living in today.
and you should exercise that responsibility. Like George Carlin said a bunch of things that were out there and controversial, but they needed to be said.
Yeah.
Right? And Dave Chappelle and Eddie Murphy and a bunch of other comedians have said a bunch of things that are also way out there and controversial, and people wouldn't be able to, but they all needed to be said. So they have to have the ability to do that, but it's a power you have to be responsible with.
Right. It's funny because you're using Dave Chappelle as the example, because he seemed to understand that back in the day when he had the Chappelle Show, when he talked about on the interview why he canceled or walked away from his show. He said that he was I think it was the interview he did with Oprah. He said that he remembered when he was doing a sketch, writing a sketch or practicing a sketch, and he was talking, and he said, and the one character said something about black people and whatnot. And he said he remember seeing a white dude on set laughing his ass off at a joke that really that in his opinion he should not have been laughing that damn hard.
Right. He was laughing. I remember what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He said he was laughing. Yeah. And it was fine. But the thing is, he wasn't laughing
with the joke. He was with them. He was laughing at them. And he said that he remember he used the phrase or something like that. He needed to be more socially responsible. And it's funny that he understood that back in 2003 or 2002. But in 2023 or whatever, now it's like, oh no, I don't give a fuck. Oh yeah, you can't like what happened to that socially responsible thing? It's like, right, dude, you know how people are responding more instantly now. Like we were just talking about the internet with social media now. You know that this is a thing that can just pop off at any moment with hot tempers and people getting upset. You know this. You understood it in 2022. I mean 2002. Why? I just. Right. I don't understand why he doesn't remember that was him that said that back then.
Because here's a good example. Back in like the 60s and the 70s, when people on the far right would disagree with you, they would publish your address, right? They would publish your address and your phone number so people could come to your house and do damage to you or harass you or do anything like that, right? But they had like 200-300 people on the mailing list. Right. Those people would have to live in your community or be able to get there and whatnot, right?
You mean being blacklisted?
No, when when they have a disagreement with someone, like a judge does something they don't like, right? Okay. Or one of the poll workers is doing something and they believe because they've been told that the poll worker is helping them steal the election. Okay. Right? One of those things. So those people would be on the list. They give out the information, and then maybe 20, 30 people would actually go there because those are the people that live in the area that have time to go. Right? Now they do that, and hundreds of people show up at this person's house.
Sometimes thousands.
Banging on the door, doing that. Why? Because it goes all over.
Yeah. The ability to the mob mentality thing has always been a thing with human beings, but now, look what happened to that YouTube. I don't know if you heard about that in New York. All he was trying to do was give away some damn PlayStation 5s. He caused a riot.
See, that dude was an idiot.
Yeah. He didn't.
And I say that dude.
He obviously didn't understand the gravity of his popularity, and then on top of that, doing that in back. I can understand trying to give back to your community in your neighborhood, but you know how people get. There's not enough PlayStations to go around. People are gonna get impatient. People are gonna get upset, and people start acting fool.
When I say that dude was an idiot, I say because he should have known what was going to happen.
Being one of the hottest Twitch or YouTube or whatever right now. Yeah, you're right. He should have.
Even if he didn't think about it, he should have known because Oprah did this. Mm-hmm. You remember this?
No, what happened?
Oprah had coupons. I'm giving out coupons for a fried chicken dinner at KFC.
Everybody from the hood to the suburbs showed up, huh?
Yep. All you had to do was go to the website, print out your coupon, go to your KFC, and Oprah would buy you dinner. And I don't know if you saw the Boondocks episode, The Fried Chicken Flu, but that's exactly what happened.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that episode. I think I remember it.
Everyone lost their mind. People were having fights. There was guns at the drive-thru. People was punching each other out. It was complete and utter chaos for KFC coupons. He should have known. If I'm PlayStation, first of all, PlayStation 5s are notoriously hard to find still.
Right. Exactly. There's one factor in there that should let you know that this was about to be a turn bad. There's a very rare thing to get. People are going to be anxious to try to win. Try to get
It's not. I live across the street from a Walmart. I walk over to that Walmart right now. There's not a PlayStation 5 in the building.
Yeah. My Walmart
Xbox One in the building.
Yeah, my Walmart has 2 Xbox. What's the latest one? Series S, Series X.
Series X.
Yeah, when they were hard to get, it never had them. But now it's always at least 2 or 3 of them in that case. But the PlayStation 5s, never. Yep.
Because the thing about it is I'm just saying he should have known. The last thing I'll say, because I know you can't be here all night. The last thing I'll say is this: because I say that, and Dave Chappelle and other people will be like, "Hey, man, we have to have our career space. You can't just be admonishing us and whatnot, because that'd be silencing voices. People start getting canceled. I'm like, who has been canceled actually? Think about it. Let's go through this list. Who has actually been canceled?
Yeah.
I gave the example of the Comedy Central roast of Bob Saget, right?
Okay.
Now, in 70% of that show, 2/3 is jokes about Bob Saget violating the Olsen twins.
Right.
Not like the adult Olsen twins. Like the 5 and 6-year-old Olsen twins he grew up with on Full House.
Yeah.
During Full House.
Yeah.
That was the joke. It's all the people that was all the people on the show with him. Dave Coulier was there. John Stamos was there. All the people on the show with him laughing all there. Gilbert Gottfried, all the people here laughing at these pedophile jokes.
Yeah.
For 2 hours. Not one thing happened to anyone's career.
Right.
The Olsen twins didn't call up and make a fuss about that. You have to remember, these are people who grew up with these kids since they were babies.
Yeah, that was wild.
Nothing. Mel Brooks went, "Oh man, you couldn't make Blazing Saddles today." I'm like, really? Have you seen Borat?
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that.
Okay, there's a movie called Bruno, where the lead character in that movie literally sells African children for iPads.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
You couldn't make Blazing Saddles today.
I heard Sacha Cohen was bringing back doing another Bruno movie. Speaking of going back to that, yeah. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Ace Ventura 2. Ace Ventura 2. They literally have there's a part of the movie where there's just a bunch of people standing around shooting spitballs at one stereotypical African dude just hanging out in a tree.
He was doing a balance test, and they were trying to. I mean, yeah, he tried to mess him up. He did that earthquake test, and he shook the. Yeah.
Okay, here's the truth of the matter is, like, we get more PC every year. I'm like, no, this is the least PC period in human history. the least PC period in human history. I want you to imagine them doing anything that happens in Family Guy in 1950.
Cartoons couldn't do it or couldn't be that vulgar and violent on TV.
Just in the 1950s, when they started doing the sitcoms, right?
Mm-hmm.
They used to have twin beds in there because they couldn't even show a husband and wife in the same bed.
Yeah, let alone two people of the same sex kissing each other, which is allowed now. So
when Lucy got pregnant on I Love Lucy, she had to say expecting the whole time because pregnant was too hot for America.
Yeah. I forget. Yeah, you're right about that. I remember that. I remember hearing about that. Yeah, you were 100. Yeah.
Meanwhile, every single joke on not even Family Guy. Every single joke on Animaniacs.
I mean, hello, nurse.
Yes, all of those jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the fingerprints?
Yeah,
joke?
fingerprints. Yeah. Instead of I don't think so, and he threw them away. Yeah. That joke was about violating prints in the
That is a children's show.
That was a children. Man, yeah, Animaniacs snuck in a lot of adult humor that we didn't get back then when we was watching. Yeah.
Just Google adult jokes in children's cartoons.
Hell, I might do a rundown of that. That's a good idea. Maybe I should make. Do me a favor. Send me some links.
Everywhere.
If you find some links to that, send me some links. I might do a rundown on that. That's a good topic.
I will. Here's the thing. What I'm saying is, you could not do what happens in normal children's. Right now, their cartoons. What's the cartoon? Not Star versus the Force of Evil or all the new cartoons where they have actual transgender characters in the cartoons that are just openly transgender and it's fine. You couldn't do that years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you could do that in the 90s.
No, I don't think so either. But yeah, you're right. It was more controlled and censored, back in the day. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
You can do more in literally any medium than you could at any point in history now.
Right.
Because what happens is it doesn't become more PC every year. It becomes more permissive every year.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, it's just the thing about you have to be responsible with the power you're given. And that's why people are trying to. So every time someone does something, they make a fuss, but it happens.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is sitting there talking about, this is the last comedy special I do because all you people with the brittle ears and everything. Netflix has never gone, you know what, the pressure's too hard, man. The pressure's too deep. The transgender people are saying too much, man. We can't have another Dave Chappelle comedy special. No. Netflix goes, we will make as many of these things as you want because Netflix knows any Dave Chappelle special they put out there is going to make money hand over fist.
Yeah, they're going to, There's not.
Dave Chappelle isn't getting canceled. Everyone has turned on J.K. Rowling.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everyone's we don't like this woman. We don't even want to talk to her. We want to pretend she ain't even write the books. Right?
Right. They want to hand it over to like just the Warner Brothers, and they want to just look at it mostly as a. There are some people on TikTok and whatnot that are like, stop supporting Harry Potter because J.K. Rowling is still getting money. Well, she's always going to get money off of it. It's her creation.
Is she canceled? Is she broke? No. Making money hand over fist. They're doing a new Harry Potter series.
Yeah, she's going to make money off it. But so what people had to do was just mentally disassociate themselves and just try to and just because she doesn't have as much sway over it as she used to. But they're still in business. They're still in business with her. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and they have to, and when they make something and it makes all that money, they have to back that dump truck of money to it. It's just one of the things. Is she canceled in certain aspects? Yes, like I mean, she'll always be scrutinized and reminded about all the shit that she said and done. But like you said, is her bank account slowing up? No.
R. Kelly wasn't even canceled. R. Kelly only The only reason people stopped listening to R. Kelly music, they started, they didn't even delist it. They put it way in the back and don't talk about R. Kelly music.
Yeah.
The only reason they did that is because the dude got convicted and went to jail.
Yep.
Before that, they were making all the accusations.
And nobody would listen. Yeah, nobody, and everybody knew it was happening. Nobody would listen to him.
They had the documentary out there. They were doing all that. No one was canceling R. Kelly. You know why? Because R. Kelly was making money for people.
Yeah.
It's exactly the cancel culture is exactly the same thing when they start talking about rape culture, right?
We gotta be careful. I don't want this stream to get demonetized. Gotta watch out with some of the words that you use.
But they talk about that culture in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. I'm like, we don't have that. What we have is because they'll be like, the dude in college, right, who's the head of the football team, is accused of doing that, right?
Yeah.
And they go, the whole college is protecting this dude.
Yeah.
Because of the cult. No, they're not protecting the dude because of that. They're protecting the dude because
he's
the dude
making
makes money for the college.
Yeah.
That's why they're protecting that dude. If that was a regular dude in the college,
they would have been.
The college would be. Turn him over
immediately. What do we say? That bad apple? Yeah. They all. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's always if there's any type of value, like I was saying earlier today about the racist dude that's supposed to be that bad apple that they always be talking about. Then if you know that he's a bad apple, why don't you throw him away? Because they feel like an attack on that dude is an attack on me. If you're attacking him, you're really attacking me. So they have to circle the wagons and defend it. just like this coach that you're talking about. He was making money for them, so they had to circle the wagons around him and protect them.
Exactly. Do you think the NFL was protecting Ray Rice because of a culture? They were protecting Ray Rice because that dude was making the money. They were taking all of that bad press, were dealing with all of that because that dude was making them a ton of money. If that was a regular dude, if that was just some janitor at one stadium, they'd have thrown that dude under the bus immediately and moved on.
I'll go even further than that. I'll go even further than that before and then after this one I do have to go because I got to go run this errand. But if Tom Brady did the exact same thing that Michael Vick did, Tom wouldn't have gone to jail. I 100% believe that he would not have gotten canceled. He wouldn't have gone to jail. Nothing would have happened to him. They would have the majority, especially in New England, the majority of the fans would have been like, "It's just a dog." I'm telling you, there was a lot of people.
Exactly.
A lot of people. I remember there was a lot of people who said that, like, dude, I understand animal rights, and I understand it's a defenseless animal, and I understand that it's bad and it's crazy, but you're punishing this dude as if he did this to a baby or something like that. These punishments, but at the same time, I understood that there had to be punishments. But when you have a history of ignoring other quarterbacks that have other type of crimes, like let's talk about the Steelers, the quarterback. Let's talk about these other quarterbacks that has other types of crimes. Yeah, these people, these guys slipping through the cracks, but Michael Vick, his ass they couldn't put him in jail fast enough.
I just thought of one last thing really quickly, and I'm gonna keep myself down to under 2 minutes, so that you can go and do the air. Here's the thing, you know how I was just saying before that no one gets canceled, right?
Right.
I just remember Jenny McCarthy. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah. I remember she the comedian. What's her name? What's her name's cousin? Melissa McCarthy's cousin, yeah.
So she was literally at the music awards back in the day, and she saw Justin Bieber there, I believe it was, right?
Yeah, didn't she sexually harass him?
She grabbed him, kissed him forcefully, grabbed his butt. He left. When he got out, he's like, "I feel violated now."
Yeah.
Then when they interviewed her for this, right?
Yeah.
They asked, "Hey, was that premeditated?" She's like, "It would be creepy if it was premeditated, wouldn't it be?" And she was talking about how yummy he looked, and she really couldn't help herself, and she described it as cougar, let's say grape.
Yeah. Today, yeah. Yeah, today, if that would have happened today at that age, oh yeah, with the way the vibe is
That
now,
dude,
she
dude
would have gotten it. She would have been charged today. But yeah,
yeah, she's 40. That dude literally just turned 18.
Yeah.
Like that week, I think.
Yeah,
Now,
she would have been canceled today for that. That
Jenny McCarthy still has a career.
Mm-hmm. She
Plenty of people brought that up.
Because people back then were still in that whole fantasy about like the teachers, those Florida teachers that were having relationships with their students and stuff. They were still in that mindset of that back in my day that would have been a fantasy because you're thinking about the female the cougar with a young man. But if you flip the genders. And couldn't put him in jail fast enough. If that would have been James McCarthy and doing that to a young who's a hot a young 14, 15-year-old Ariana Grande, so much prison time. so in court the very next day.
Imagine if Mick Jagger went and did that to Taylor Swift. What would happen?
Oh, well, the Swifties would. I mean, remember that riot that happened in New York with that YouTube? Yeah, that Swifties would have swarmed us. The Swifties would have swarmed them. It'd have been over. Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But yeah,
those are basically all the points I wanted to make. And thank you very much. And like I said the last time, support the channel, like, subscribe, follow on the social medias.
Oh yeah,
all of that.
I appreciate you.
It's a good channel. It's good insight and analysis.
I just gotta do better with these damn these errors. These what's the term I'm looking for?
You need a tech guy.
Yeah, that basically, yeah. I just need a tech guy. I need a guy in the chair. I need a guy in the chair. I bought this Stream Deck thinking it was gonna make my life easier. It has, but when the buttons don't work, I push the button and it doesn't happen. I get pissed. But
did you say Steam Deck?
Stream Deck.
Oh,
like I push.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, so
I was going to ask you how that worked out.
Yeah. You push. You push
the
one.
Steam
Yeah, you
Deck
push.
Sounds promising.
No, you push. Yeah, all right. You push that button, then that pops up in your on the screen. You push the other button, and then camera 4 pops up. That's the way you program. It's pretty neat. And I thought this was going to solve all my issues, but then when I set the whole show up, and then everybody cancels on me, and I set it up for 4 people to be in here, and then now it's only me, and then somebody zooming, then I gotta.
I really wish Tabatha was here to say, just because she would have taken about 2 minutes to say everything I wanted to say about that dude.
Oh yeah, she would have shut that whole thing would have. Yeah, she would have been on that one. But she'll be here next week, and hopefully we'll see you next week as well. And appreciate you.
I'll be here next week,
keeping us company and shouting out. Don't worry, I'll make sure to do better. Make sure the channel isn't as glitchy. I'm still looking for a tech guy out here. So out there in the Houston, Texas, or where I'm at in the Woodlands area, if you out there, let me know if you like free food. I can pay you in food.
Works for me.
We have lasagna.
All right, live from DC, people. Good night. Have a nice evening. Peace out.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. All right, channel members. That's the end of the segment of the We Got Your Mail segment. That was our channel member Peter Lang helping us out with going over the topics again. And guys, for me, I'm starving. I haven't even eaten yet. I got to get out of here. I got to go eat. I'm going to go find me something to eat first, and I got to finish the work that I was doing. Like I said, I'm a real estate broker, so I got some clients that are looking for me to help them close out these deals. So till next time, guys, appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Have a safe rest of the week. Enjoy your weekend as we go into tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow we will have in studio. We will have Issa Medina and Tyler, as you saw earlier today, and my wife Joy helping me out with the topics for tomorrow. That's going to be it for me, guys. Send us your questions, your comments, your concerns, anything that you guys want us to talk about, any leads, any headlines that you guys want us to cover for tomorrow, send them up to me. I don't think I have them all I don't think I have all the topics filled up yet. So send me anything you guys come across that you guys want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it here. Call us on our hotline. Leave us a voicemail. Keep us company in the live chat. I always appreciate it. And until next time, guys, hey, peace. Hey, guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie reviews and episodes of The Rundown. Till next time, guys.